Hey there, how's it going everybody? It's Dan from plantabundance.com. I'm out here once again in the urban backyard food forest. It's the 16th of December 2014, and it's this time of year when I like to let the chickens out to free range 100% of the time. I'm not actually out here doing too much work this time of year generally, but the chickens sure are. They're walking around eating the bugs and doing quite a bit of tillage and fertilization for me. So this is Matilda, and I'm going to let her down. Well, I talked to you about why I came out here, and I want to talk to you a bit about one of my all-time favorite plants growing out here in the garden, and this is the purple tree collar. Many of you may recognize this plant and be familiar with it already, but for those who aren't, it's a perennial from the brassica family, and it's a collard green, just like you would usually grow the annual style, but these are perennials. That is, unless you get into the lower freezing temperatures, in which case they'll die back and you'll have to replant. But in this zone where I'm at, Zone 9B, Concord, California, I'm able to grow these year-round, and they produce just an absolute abundance of green leaf vegetables that I love to cook up in the kitchen, and I enjoy these in my smoothies, and they make great wraps and all sorts of things. It's this time of year when the weather starts to get really cold and they start to get a little frostbitten that the leaves become really purple, and they become fairly sweet. Unlike in the summer months, they're quite bitter. Let's see if that will focus in. But they are a beautiful plant, and as far as abundance goes back here, this is one of the top producers. Like I was saying earlier, if you live in a colder climate, one which gets below freezing often and snows and that kind of thing, then these will die back, in which case you can take cuttings, you stick it right in the dirt, and it grows. Other than being quite delicious, and I'm going to show you an example of my favorite recipe that I make with this, some sautéed greens in the kitchen. They also make a great chicken fodder, which is why I've got several of these growing in the chicken coop. And if you just let them do their thing, they generally won't get this tall. They'll instead just sprawl on the ground, and that's pretty much what I got going in the chicken coop area. So they're only about 3 feet tall or so off the ground. The chickens love to eat them, so it's almost like they supplement their diet with it. They won't eat it all the way until it's dead. They'll just nibble on it constantly. Basically, I've staked them up to about a 5-foot height, and then from there I just let them kind of droop down and hit the ground and sprawl out that way. And I found this to be the best technique, just for getting most of the plant off of the ground, and yet still getting a really thick, dense, bushy tree. I do no maintenance or fertilization to these whatsoever, other than, of course, mulching with the wood chips, which I'm constantly doing throughout the entire food forest. But basically, just wanted to share this with you guys. I know a lot of you guys are probably familiar with the purple tree collards, or just the tree collards in general, but have done some research on this plant, and it appears that it may have originated in Africa and made its way to the southern areas of the United States. So now they're spreading everywhere as the internet has helped to spread it to whoever wants it. sautéed greens. Try this. Take care, everybody.
Tastes like Southern food. Soul food.
Don't try it too happy.